Like made me a pincushion already, I tell you.
Look, you look great as a Ken doll.
So let me tell you a little bit about Ken. So I'm actually 2 months older than Barbie's Ken. You can look that up and figure out how old he is.
He's having an anniversary this year.
Yeah, it's an anniversary year. But I do host a podcast called The Retail Pilot, Leaders and Legends. I've also spent a number of years leading brands, president roles at Gap, American Eagle, Ralph Lauren, and J. Crew. And most recently, I've been investing and advising early stage technology companies that help brands scale. So excited to be here with Jamie today. And you're doing some amazing things. You are responsible for the most iconic doll in the world, Barbie. You're running American Girl, which you were doing before, but now you've taken on all of dolls. It's a $2 billion plus business, and your remit is to make the brand relevant. And that's what we're going to get into today.
Great.
Jamie, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks, Ken. Great to see you. Hi, everyone. Thanks for coming.
Guys, we know that we're sitting between you and drinks, so drinks are on me right after the Commerce expert has signed off on that. We'll all partake. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on at Mattel. Mattel, the brands are showing up beyond the toy aisle. You're making this culturally important. Talk to us a little bit about how you're taking a legacy brand and making it relevant.
Sure. We look at it, really with a playbook, and there's a couple of key pillars. The first really starts with innovation and product, right? Bringing out new innovation that taps into consumer trends. The other piece is really about storytelling. How are you telling stories? What are some of the stories from the past, and how can you bring them forward in a new light? And then it's about experience. How can we show our fans how to experience the brand in a whole new way? So, how many of you here in the audience, it's hard to see because there's a lot of highlights here, but how many of you have had a Barbie doll in your life or bought one for somebody? Yeah, pretty much everyone, because Barbie's got like 99% brand awareness. But how do you build brand love, right? That's the bigger question. And so we really like to show up in new and unexpected places and start to stretch the brand across audiences. So with the Barbie movie a couple of years ago, that little thing, the Barbie movie, I think it was the biggest grossing movie for Warner in all time. We opened up the aperture for a larger fandom. And so we want to be able to meet them where they are in places outside of, let's say, the traditional toy aisle. So I have a little video here I'm going to share with you, but we showed up for the first time ever this year at Coachella. Why? Because it's about being in the zeitgeist with music and fashion, and that's what these music festivals are. So I have a little video here I'll share with you.
Please take me off the screen.
Welcome to Coachella, Barbie. You look iconic.
Remember, you can be any Barbie.
Okay, so how many of you recognized Olandria there? She looks really good. Here she is in the slide. But again, this was a really unexpected place for us, but Barbie was the #1 talked about brand at Coachella this year. Who would think that, right? A child's plaything, a doll, but yet we were, because we activated against really music, the experience, and the personas. You can be any Barbie. We had lines, getting in every day. We were there in the desert for 2 weeks. And really started to lean into that adult fandom. We also, looked to do other collabs too in the fashion world. So again, we've got music, entertainment, but there's also fashion. So to reach our Gen Z customer, we actually partnered with Addicted. I'm sure you all know the brand. It's one of the fastest growing retailers, hot brand in fast fashion, and really geared to that Gen X customer who really is not necessarily looking for a Barbie doll, but she wants to embrace her inner Barbie, her Barbie core, pink. And so here's just a couple of examples here. We had a pop-up at the Grove to launch it. Paris Hilton, the ultimate Barbie fan, showed up along with Charli D'Amelio and a whole bunch of other influencers. You can see in the center there, getting coverage in Women's Wear Daily about this exclusive collab. So just, we activated it on our own social channels, on our Barbie Style channel, but it was just a great way to expand the brand, expand brand relevance, delight our fans, and surprise them as well. So we're always looking at those kind of things. And then I'll just show one other way that we continue to drive relevance. We partnered most recently in the lifestyle space with Dunkin'. It's happening right now. You can actually go to 37th Street and see the Barbie Dunkin' house on 37th at Herald Square, but if we can just advance, let's see. This is Dunkin', and we actually have a video. I might have advanced too fast, so we might want to go back, but this is super fun. Not only are we taking over the space, we've got these delicious drinks that are all pink and frothy, but on top of all of that, activated with Dunkin' with a really fun stop motion animation piece that is running all over social, YouTube, and the like. So could we possibly run that one? If I didn't go over? Yeah.
Let's see. We have the latte with pink cold foam. Ooh, that's me! And the strawberry dragon fruit refresher with pink cold foam. Perfect. So good. Ken, did you get yours?
Yeah, this must be mine. Whoa, this coffee is wicked smart.
You okay, Ken?
Okay, I'm king of this, Dunks.
Oh, sorry, this one's yours.
Thanks. I feel like me again. Oops. Wicked smart. Nope, I lost it.
So clearly, if you follow Dunkin', Ben Affleck is one of their spokespeople, and Ken got confused and picked up Ben's drink and became him.
That happens often.
I was going to say, do you do that? Exactly.
yeah.
We're using Ken a lot more, you can see.
You
You've
know,
got a starring
I
role
gotta ask
here and
you
an
though,
opportunity.
I mean, we weren't going to talk about AI at all.
Yeah.
Already I've seen some AI and how you're adopting it. I mean, clearly this is done with AI, no?
Well, it's stop frame animation. We actually have the
okay.
dolls rigged, and then we, layer in
Trying to bring some
color
AI
and bring
into this
some.
conversation.
Yes,
I don't want to leave it out.
I hear it. No, I
You're gonna
hear
have
you.
to.
But yeah, there's many ways, just in terms of the creative process as well. But a lot of fun, and again, unexpected, but a really fun way. Today is actually they launched a whole bunch of Barbie x Dunkin' merch that you can get on the Dunkin' shop at the moment. So just unexpected places to be that really continue to drive that relevance and keep Barbie in the cultural conversation.
So you're consistently pivoting from nostalgia. You're going back, but then you're also using nostalgia to bring in the new customer, because you don't want to forget about the new customer. Talk a little bit about the new customers that you're bringing in, and also what you're doing to honor some of the older customers.
Yeah, well, certainly on Barbie, we have signature items, we do repros and all of that. But I would say probably the best example right now is with American Girl. So if you could believe this, American Girl is celebrating its 40th anniversary this year. Brand was founded in 1986.
She's just a kid.
She's just, right?
It's unbelievable.
But it's amazing because what we're seeing is this true full circle moment. And we're seeing moms who grew up with the brand in the 80s and the early 90s who are now coming in with their original dolls and passing them down to their own children, bringing them into the stores. And here, I'll advance this. I have a little slide here. I'm just going to show you, because what's really fun about this is we're seeing the brand show up in really unexpected places again, but that honor the legacy. So if you see the moving video, the GIF that's on the side there, that's a new partnership that we just did with Hill House Home. I don't know how many of you know the brand. It's a fabulous fashion brand that's geared towards millennial and Gen Z women, but also there's a children's line. So one of the fun things about American Girl is that girls love to dress like their dolls. So we did a program with Hill House for Mother's Day with matching outfits for the doll, the girl, and then Hill House did the matching dress, the nap dress for mom. And sold that on their website as well and in their stores. And it was a great way for us to honor sort of the legacy, because what's fun about the program is all of the patterns and prints are reminiscent of the original 6 characters, the historical characters' dresses. So if you were a Samantha girl, do I have any Samanthas in the audience here? Anybody have a Samantha? Okay, I see one there. So you would have gotten the gingham print dress. But we did 6 different outfits as part of the collection, and it was a lot of fun. So we're seeing this way of sort of honoring. You can see in that image above, there's an adult woman wearing the dress, and the girl is too. It's a great way to honor the legacy, but then bring it forward for today's consumer. You know, and we also are doing a lot of fun things in that space too, where we've tied in with a bunch of other Mattel brands, whether it's Polly Pocket or Little People from Fisher-Price, where we're creating products reminiscent of the original dolls, but in different form factors. You know, and then of course we're seeing a ton on social media with our fans. So you can see in that upper left, there's an example from social. If you've seen the meme, the trend of you know, girl with a card. In this case, it's this girl saying, you know, that going to an American Girl store is a form of therapy, right? So kind of thinking about leaning back into those halcyon days of childhood.
I think it's kind of cool about American Girl. It's really your biggest D2C business at
Yes,
Mattel.
it is.
I mean, Barbie isn't really sold online through a Mattel site. It's sold through other sites.
Through other retailers, yeah.
Customers are redirected to buy at other retailers. But American Girl, you have a very big store experience. You have 7 stores. You provide everything a girl could want or a dad could want for their daughter or a mom for their daughter, whoever, but from dining, salon, doll care, I mean, everything is there.
Clearly you've been there, it sounds like.
I've spent some time
Okay.
there. I've done 2 tours of duty over there.
Love it.
What would you say is the most important part of physical retail for you?
Yeah.
What are you doing to really continue the momentum and bring her back? Because it's hard to fathom that she's going to come back more than once a year. So what do you do to keep that momentum going?
Yeah, we really look at it as a full omni-channel business. So we like to think of our retail as a key differentiator for the brand. We actually have billed the whole day a day to remember, and it harkens back to an original story that the founder, Pleasant Rowland, told about a day she had as a child with her own mom. And so everything that we do, everything that the consumer touches at the store is really about developing and creating this day to remember for her. Because we know that we're a destination retailer. We only have a handful of stores, and so it really is about you know, creating this moment where maybe she's coming in once a year and then reactivating her, retaining her through AmericanGirl.com. Or through some of our other wholesale partnerships. But it's really an acquisition play. We actually use our data. I like that slide from the prior session here that talked about don't just collect your first party data, use it. Well, we really do. We look at our house file all the time. We mine it to understand the customer. And what we've found is that on average, a customer who comes to a store, experiences the brand with that brick and mortar, will actually spend 25% more over their lifetime value with us. That's a powerful tool, right? It's a powerful tool for acquisition. It's a powerful tool then to drive them through the customer journey and reactivate and retain through the stores.
So with physical retail being an important part of the equation, only 7 stores, all in the US now, how else can you get American or Barbie, it doesn't really matter. How can you create a physical experiences? What are you looking to do to create touch points where you don't have stores?
Yeah, so we're always looking for different moments. And so we have had experiences, we've expanded globally through more shop-in-shops at various partners. We had a big program with Indigo Booksellers in Canada. We recently launched with El Palacio, which is a high-end department store in Mexico City.
Great.
So we have a Styled by You experience there where you can pick your doll and outfits and a pet and a doll carrier and create sort of your own personalized doll. And so we're continuing to look at that. We're also looking always at new opportunities for, again, because we're a destination retailer, where are there other cities and places we should be, or events or even pop-ups, you know, where the brand should show up. So we'll continue to do that, and you know, and also look at some of our partners. We partner a lot with entertainment. We've got Disney as a key partner for us, Disney Princess, and again, looking at sort of where their customer base is. So we have a store in Orlando now, which leans into a lot of that collaborative product that we have as well.
It's great to hear that you're looking at shop-in-shops and partnerships that allow you to get in, create buzz, and then leave easily.
And then we can reactivate through the website, right?
It can also it's a great way to signal for you where there's bigger opportunities beyond a shop-in-shop.
Right.
And it's also a really CapEx light way to go.
It is.
I mean, opening stores, especially stores like American Girl, are not inexpensive.
No.
So allowing the brand to get out there in a way that pulls back the purse strings a bit gets the product out there, tests an area, and then allows you to make a judgment of whether or not the city is right for you or.
Absolutely. And I would say also store formats too. I mean, again, when I first came into the business about 7 years ago, we had very large stores. We still do here in New York. It's about 40,000 square feet, but we've been testing smaller format stores. So as early as this year in January, we are testing a 5,000 square foot store, which to some of you in the audience might seem like a huge store, but for American Girl, it's really not. And so looking at ways where we can do more of like the cafe light experience, but looking to see how we can build a more efficient model in smaller cities that maybe are less destination driven.
I like the participation though in the stores. You talked about the American Girl Cafe, other brand experiences that you're doing.
Yeah.
Did you have some examples you wanted to
Yeah,
share
sure.
of brand experience? That's
Yeah.
me queuing you up for this.
I gotcha. Yeah, I just actually wanted to show this because the experience is so important, but so are the brand codes, and so is the consistency and the look and the feel. So when you walk into a store, you feel that you're at a unique place that really embraces the brand and the experience. So this first slide here is a bit of a collage. It's a hodgepodge of like what we looked like even just a couple of years ago. And there was I think if you closed your eyes and then someone said, what store are you in? I don't know that you would necessarily know that it was American Girl, even though we still had the cafe, there was still the doll salon, there was, different types of merchandising, but it wasn't based on a lot of storytelling. So we worked with a couple of fabulous agencies, one branding agency here in New York, Pentagram, and then we worked with another group who helped us with our trade dress and our merchandising strategy, and that's a group called Mythology, also here in New York. And they helped us lean into our brand codes, help us rebuild sort of that style guide and what we wanted to look like and stand for. And so everything from the logo to the way that our restaurants look and our cafe are completely different now. So this is the house in the middle. This is an example of our newest store in Dallas, Texas. It's over in Park Lane Shops right by North Park Mall. Again, a really great area. It was a great area for us to test and learn and see. We moved from a different part of the city, and we found that this was the right place for us to be. But what you can see in here is everything from the salon. The salon's in the lower corner there. The house in the middle here is actually 2 stories. You go into it. The top is the salon, and then the bottom is part of the restaurant. And then on my right, I guess it's your right as well, the pink room, that's our private party room, private dining. But the same chairs are all over the restaurant. There are the patterns and prints of the original dolls, same with the tabletop, the tableware. So everything's coded now, and it makes it just this wonderful experience. It also gives like little Easter eggs for our adult fans who are coming in, bringing a child, because it's things that they remember or that trigger a great memory for them from their own childhood. So it's a lot of fun. If you're in Dallas, go see it. But if you're here in New York and you have any more time this week, we're a block away. You can enter the store on 52nd between 5th and 6th, and you can kind of see what I'm talking about.
You've been able to scale a $2 billion plus business without the advantage of D2C driving the majority of your business. You've relied heavily on wholesale partnerships. What advice would you give to other leaders around the importance of partnerships, wholesale distribution, beyond just D2C?
Yeah, I think when I look at collaborations and partnerships, there's an equation in my head, which it has to be 1 + 1 = 3 or 4, right? You really want to have those collaborations open the aperture for your brand. You want to be able to either give your fan base another reason to come in and look and to buy, or you want to bring in and acquire new fans who are fans of the brand that you're partnering with. So I think things like the Hill House Home example is great. We've done programs with Love Shack Fancy, Janie and Jack, Hannah Anderson for holiday pajamas. But we really look for those unique partners that are uniquely AG, that embrace the same sort of spirit that American Girl does as well. And it really works because what we find is when we do the right collabs or reissues of the original dolls or original products back from the early aughts or the late 90s, early or late 80s, what we find is that we also ignite passion with that adult fan. So I'm going to show one more slide here. Actually, I have 2, but I'm going to show this next slide here, which is a lot of fun. But this is actually a fan who was having her bachelorette party in Chicago. She chronicled the whole thing, the get ready with me of it, with a bunch of TikTok videos, because she created all of the outfits for her bridesmaids based on the original characters. I kid you not. There's a video here. Sorry. This is her TikTok. She made these costumes for the girls. And yeah, they had a day in Chicago, like you can't believe. They went into the cafe. She posted all over, and it went viral. But that's true fandom, okay? That's when you know you've really done something right, when you have fans like that. So it's really fun.
I mean, that might have been a red flag for this Ken, but I don't want to pass judgment.
I know, right?
All right,
I was thinking
so-
the future husband was in the video. Did you see?
I did. So let's bring this home and get a cocktail, but we'll talk about our commerce next steps to close this out.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
commerce clearly has become culture.
Right.
We know that. From nostalgia to new nostalgia, they're not a strategy, but they're part of what everybody needs to do. Experience is the new differentiator.
Yeah, wait, I think you have a
Whether
slide.
it's in store or it's
Had a
people
slide. There it is.
experiencing your brand, however they may want to experience
Yeah.
your brand. And then communities create lifetime value.
That's a good community.
That is,
That's a good
I mean, if
community.
that doesn't speak to community, I don't know what else does. And on
Right.
that note, we'll conclude this day. Thank you all for staying late with
you.
us, and enjoy.
Yeah. Enjoy, and have drinks
Thank
on
you.
Ken.